Cruise ships are like floating cities, but did you know they can make their own drinking water, have morgues on board, and never truly shut down? Here are 5 secret facts about cruise ships you've never heard before. No, 1. They make their own fresh water. Cruise ships carry enough water for thousands of passengers and crew to drink for days. But how do they keep the supply topped up when they're in the middle of the ocean? It's through a process called desalination. Huge machines on board take in seawater, boil it, and then condense it back into fresh drinking water. Some newer ships can produce up to 1 million liters of fresh water each day. That's enough to fill up 400,000 plastic bottles. The water is so pure that it has to be treated with sodium chloride to make it slightly salty again. Otherwise, passengers would start getting headaches and nausea from drinking it. 2. There's a morgue on board. Now let's talk about something a little more morbid. Cruise ships have a morgue for storing bodies. Why? Well, every year, thousands of elderly people take cruises. And sometimes they don't make it off the ship alive. Instead of making frequent trips to port to drop off bodies, cruise lines have designated areas where they can store up to 10 bodies at a time. These are typically kept in a separate freezer unit from the ship's kitchen, away from the living passengers and crew. It might be a bit creepy to know that there could be deceased passengers on board, but it's actually a necessary part of running a cruise ship. 3. There's a hidden cruise city. If you've ever been on a cruise ship, you probably noticed all the fancy restaurants, bars, and shops. But what you didn't notice is the cruise city hidden beneath all those fancy things. Underneath the guest decks are crew-only cabins, restaurants, a gym, and even a bar. It's a whole other world below the surface. It's a lot smaller than the guest areas, though, because there's no space to spare on a ship. In fact, some crew members have to share cabins with their families while on board. Number 4. Ships use dynamic positioning. Modern cruise ships are equipped with dynamic positioning systems, which means they can stay in one place without dropping anchor. How do they do this? Well, it's a combination of GPS, propellers, and computer systems that keep the ship in a precise location. This is useful in places like the Caribbean, where ships often visit different ports. It's also better for the environment since it reduces the need for anchoring, which can damage coral reefs. But it's not foolproof. In 2011, a Carnival cruise ship lost power and wound up crashing into a small island. So it's still important for ships to have backup plans in case something goes wrong. The ship never sleeps. On a cruise ship, the fun never stops, even when it's docked. Everything runs 24/7, so while you're off exploring a new city, the crew is busy whipping up meals in the galley. The engines are always on, powering everything from lights to air conditioning. You might even see steam puffing from the smokestacks when the ship's in port. Crew members work in 8-hour shifts, so there's always someone on duty keeping things running smoothly. It takes a ton of effort to keep a cruise ship operating seamlessly, from the crew to the engines and desalination plants. So next time you're cruising, take a moment to appreciate all the hard work behind the scenes that makes your vacation so enjoyable. Now it's time to hear from you. Did you learn something new about cruise ships? Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun facts. Thanks for watching. See you next time.